Hey there, welcome to Pop Culture Cupid.
I'm Alison, love coach, here to help you single people find your way back to love.
And I'm Michal, I'm a single life coach. I help singles embrace themselves and their singleness, as well as develop a healthy self-relationship.
In this podcast, we will look at how pop culture impacts romance, dating, and your love life.
And each week we'll shoot another arrow through another pop culture delusion.
I thought we weren't going to do the whole cheesy thing.
And then burst into smithereens.
Oh my god, dude, that's so cringe!
Sorry, it's in the intro now.
If you make it through the chaos and you enjoy what you hear, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and go to all the social media.
At Pop Culture Cupid on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy!
Hello.
Hello again. It's been so long.
Oh my god, I've missed you so much.
I know. It's been minutes.
Let's not let this happen again.
I know, it's too long. It's too long.
I know.
I mean,
Really.
we say this, but it is tough to kind of talk to the people you care about often. And we've gotten into a nice, like, little strange rhythm because we've actually never seen each other in real life, but we do. we end
so
up
crazy
talking regularly. I think I talk to you more regularly than some of my friends that live close by.
I know, same here. That's really crazy. I never thought of it, but it's true. Like, we talk every week, and we talk a lot, and it's more than but good.
And we talk every other week.
Yeah, and hopefully soon.
Yeah,
we actually get to see each other finally. Like, I was supposed to be coming like already twice, and twice my flights got cancelled, but I'm determined, so we'll find a way to make it happen.
We will. Hopefully in a time where we will have moved out of this small place and we have an extra room for you guys.
Oh, that would be nice.
It would be nice.
Zev is also dying to meet you as well. He likes to meet new people in general. He likes, talking. He's a good conversationalist. He's like just that kind of person. He likes the attention. So yeah, he's like, he was already making plans, and it was like so cute. I'm like, oh.
I mean, I saw him once on video. It's funny. JT also wants to meet the people in my life, but he's funny. He's so weird with new people. And we can talk about our first date, and we were talking. So I was with my parents like the first couple of days of this week, and we were talking about JT and things like that, and my dad was saying, I'm so happy that JT is enjoying all of this, because the first time we met, I didn't really think that he'd be enjoying these things, and I was just kind of putting him on this weird pedestal of guy that just doesn't watch TV, etc., and like doesn't enjoy sports and things like that. And I said, JT makes the weirdest first impression because he puts so much pressure on himself that he wants to impress. And he was like, was he like that on your first date? And I said, no, not at all, and which is good, because if he had been that way on our first date, I don't know that I would have wanted to continue with him. We can talk about our first dates
on everything. We will.
I could do that today.
Interesting.
But I mean, I agree with the fact that first impressions aren't everything, but I've observed JT with like my side of the relationships and my family and my friends and things like that.
Yeah.
And it takes like 3 to 5 times of seeing him for him to just start being himself,
Yeah.
He's so funny that way. He's so, because he wants to do so well. I mean, you could dive deep into his mother and his ex, and
but I think different people react different ways. Like Zev is like the complete opposite. He's like a natural. He's like such a he's so good with people. Like he's a good what's the word I always use for him? He's good at dubbing people, like getting people to speak and
Nice.
getting a conversation going. Like he has people that are usually so quiet, opening up and talking and being part of the conversation. He's like very much, just outgoing. But it's just like certain people, certain ways, and
Yeah.
so what can you do? It's part of the yeah.
And I mean, this is a good, I mean, you said it, and I think we should say it again and again. First impressions are not everything. And I find
No, they're not.
usually you need a good 2 or 3 dates before you kind of figure somebody out. Because
Yeah.
if you get a good first impression, then it's encouraging, but it doesn't mean that it's a winning person. You can say, okay, just continue. But if you get a bad first impression, you want to take into consideration that this person is probably nervous. It's not a natural going on a date is not a natural situation. Now that JT and I have been together for nearly a year now, we were talking about it, like, we don't really go on dates at all. We'll go out for a meal, we'll go see a film, we'll spend time together. But a date is so different. And I don't really miss it, to be honest. Because we have such a good relationship of, spending time with each other. But the whole kind of constructing something and making a big deal about what we choose and blah blah blah, I don't really miss it.
Oh God, no, that pressure makes us say and do stupid things, and then people judge us on, like, I feel like it's that moment where everything's hanging on what I do and say right now. And if I'm not on my A game, then I could lose this person and I have to go on another first date. And it's like there's this whole pressure around it.
Yeah.
And just that makes us say and do stupid things. And which is, I guess, in a way also part of who we are. We say, like, certain situations bring out certain parts of us, and someone can look at it and say, oh, that's cute, that's charming, it makes her do silly things or say silly things, and other people can look at it and go, oh my God, that's so cringe. And then I guess that person's not for you or not right for you, and it's just what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I consider myself to be a good people person. I feel like I tend to make a good first impression, and I think that's like, and you as well, and think our type of personalities, it leads to wanting to help people, leads to making a podcast, doing Instagram lives, things like that. I think it's just normal. But I'm still looking back at my first dates, and I'm feeling it now in my body, of just like the slight discomfort of just making sure that I'm not spilling food on myself, trying to give the best, most eloquent way of speaking and the best stories and things like that.
That's pressure.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm a good people's person, but like I could be so awkward. Like I just say this like the stupidest thing sometimes. Like I can be so tactless. It's like it's like we all have that side of us, I think.
And something really stupid, but like farting on a first date.
Farting on any date, it's like,
I mean, now JT and I fart in front of each other, but once at the beginning of when you're courting each other, you don't want to be farting in front of each other.
No, farting, burping, any kind, which is crazy because it's such a natural thing that you can't control really. But it's like don't breathe. So
my cousin's girlfriend, but we just over Christmas, I'm now thinking we had the weirdest conversations. But anyway, my cousin's girlfriend, she said, I farted in front of him on the first date because I will not live with somebody who judges me for flatulence. And I was like, I mean, great.
Hey, maybe he found that charming. I mean, look, it's not the what, it's the how. It's, sometimes you just can't control it. But I'm like, if you're gonna do it obnoxiously, like if you're gonna like, I don't know, just let it rip like that, on the first date when you don't know the person, it's a bit weird. It's like off-putting. But if you're like, oh my God, oops, you know, it's like, what can you do about it? It's like, you know, make a joke out of it, and hopefully they have a sense of humor.
Exactly. And everything around this, you know, it becomes, you know, just weird. You're just thinking about everything, and you know, yeah. So first, I mean, just dates are weird. So yeah, first impressions. You know, there's a difference between trusting your gut and then the first impression. And I think that on a date, whether or not you're a good judge of character, your gut is so kind of concentrated on yourself that,
yeah,
you know, I wouldn't ride everything on are you listening to it properly type of thing. You know, you know, your gut is concentrated on you know, I need to not die right now, and then we'll see. So tell us about how, so your mum set you up with Zeev.
yes, yeah. Which it's interesting story, because he saw her a few years back, because she's known him for like 10 years or so. They worked together in the gym, and I think a few years ago she asked him if he'd like her to set him up with her single daughter, and he was just recently divorced, and he was like all over the place. He wasn't, you know, she didn't even tell me about this. I didn't even know, and I probably would have said no anyway in that time. But so nothing happened. Like, he was like, no, I'm not in a good place right now, I can't do this. So fast forward I don't know how many years later, by chance Zev sees her out, and like he by chance went to get his haircut right next to where she works, and it was like, what? And then he sees her and he's like, oh, what about your single daughter? And she's like, oh, you want me to set you up? I'll do it. And like this, I think the same day or the next, like she's like, we're in the car, and usually my mother leaves me alone with these things. Like, she usually doesn't, you know, butt in, and she lets me do my thing or whatever. And so we're in the car, and she's like, so I have this someone who wants to see you or whatever. And then she starts telling me about him, and like, well, he's very tall and he's this. And then she goes on, I can't even remember what else she said. I'm like, Ima, you had me at tall. Sorry, Ima is Hebrew for mother, for mummy. So yeah, I'm like, you had me at tall. And I'm like, yeah. So, and it's funny because right before we were supposed to go on the first date, she was like, she was telling me, oh, he's so down to earth, and he's a really great guy, and he's really good, whatever. It's like, I really hope you wouldn't set me up with someone who isn't a great guy. But yeah, so I'm digressing here. Get to the point. So we were back and forth a bit on WhatsApp, and he was also being a bit weird. I'm like, oh my God, this dude is weird, which I can't judge because I'm weird too. So we like weirdness. So then we end up, he's like, it was on a Sunday. A Sunday is a regular day for us here. And he was like, I know that if we don't do this now, it's just gonna get lost in translation. We're never gonna do it. So let's just do it. And he was like, okay, fine. By chance, I can, you know, by chance. Oh my God, such a chance. I was free that day. And I was like, okay, fine, let's do it. And so we decided, he suggested we go to the park. There's like this nice big park, and have like a little night picnic, which I found like was interesting. It was like different, and I can be bothered anyway. I like was talking about this yesterday with my sister and her husband. I was like, I can't be bothered to go out anymore. I'm like not in that